Spencer,
Yes.
how are the vibes?
Vibes are high.
Get ready to fly. Flight 527 ready for departure. Get ready to fly.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets win 6-2 over the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit, I might add, to rebound after suffering their first loss of the season. It is now, it's such a big win, honestly. It is a massive win for the Jets. You weren't really sure which way it was going to go. To be able to rebound from a really tough loss that ends a streak, because usually sometimes when streaks end, there's a little bit of uncertainty, like, is it going to... Are they going to get right back to where they were, or is this the start of something to show that they weren't as good as they started off being? Thankfully, so far, they've at least delayed that notion. The Jets will now improve to 9-1 after dismantling the Red Wings 6-2. Now, honestly, let's get into this game. Starting goaltenders tonight, Alex Lyon and Connor Hellebuyck. Alex Lyon had a bad game. If you're a Detroit fan, you're not happy with how Alex Lyon looked. There was a couple goals that just can't go in, including one of them being the last goal, even though that's just salt in the wound because it's goal 6. But there's stuff to improve. Hellebuyck's night, pretty good, honestly. I thought he had a pretty good game. The 2 goals he gives up, we'll get into them, but I don't really hold them on him. So let's get into this game right away. The Jets come out firing, honestly. They looked, for a team that had their worst first period of the season last game, it was great to see that they returned to status quo with having a phenomenal first period. Gabriel Vilardi opens the scoring on a beautiful feed from Kyle Connor. 1-0 reaction here. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a crisis right now editing. We missed the... Spencer, how do we feel?
I feel great.
I feel great. Yeah, your assignment looks great. Mine doesn't, but guess what looks great? Kyle Connor getting his 500th point ever. After that, honestly, the Jets just start attacking. It's a bang play, and Neal Pionk is there on the deflection, on the rebound deflection from Kyle Connor to make a 2-0 reaction here. Let's go, Neal Pionk. I'm still in a crisis, but Neal Pionk's made it 2-0. Let's go! This is crazy. And honestly, here's the thing. Pionk had a great game. Neal Pionk is extremely bipolar. He has phenomenal games and crap games. There is no such thing as a middle-of-the-road Neal Pionk game. You are either getting a Norris candidate or you're getting an AHL candidate. And there is no common ground there. And it's a lottery every day. Tonight, we got Norris candidate Pionk, honestly. And going through this, again, also, like, and that's great. Like, honestly, for the most games that he can play, that's good. Although, for the bad games, it's scary. But for the sake of tonight's video, he had a really good game. He was attacking. Offensively, he was phenomenal. He's been phenomenal offensively all year, actually, if I'm being completely honest. The only thing I get nervous about is his defensive capabilities. But honestly, we didn't see a lot of that on display because the Jets didn't give up any 5-on-5 goals against. Ironically, the thing that was their biggest strength was what hurt them tonight was special teams in terms of the penalty killing unit. However, they do kill a decent amount of penalties to begin with here. They kill one near the end of the period, but before that, Kyle Connor on a beautiful feed makes a nice move on Alex Lyon to make it 3-0 reaction here. Update to Zach's assignment. We're possibly in less of a crisis, but 3-0 Jets! Spencer, how are we feeling? What are the vibes? Vibes are high. Kyle, is that Kyle Connor's goal?
Third point of the game.
Third point of the night for Kyle Connor. Shout out to my buddy Spencer, who is over helping with schoolwork. We did recordings. I've been wearing this for like longer than I'd like to admit because I had to do a editorial on Connor Hellebuyck, which was really funny. For schoolwork, it was It was fun. It was stressful. It was fun. That being said, the Jets will take this 3-0 lead into the first period, in the first intermission. You know what? Like, not every game is going to have a first period like that. But my God, did I enjoy that first period. I felt like complete ease, honestly. Like, it's early in the game, sure, but to have that much go right, like, the Jets only had, like, 7 shots on net, and 3 of them were in the back of the net. They were just they were finishing their chances. That's what it is. They weren't doing crazy things to create chances. They were finishing their chances. When a team is high on finishing rate, it is going to affect how they play down the stretch. And that's a big thing. You need to have a team that even when they're not getting the most amount of chances, their finishing rate is high and they still keep that level of danger. That's amazing. And I'm so happy for that tonight. Let's go into the second period. The second period, I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I've said, I texted people saying, I think this is a bad second period, but honestly, that's more results-oriented. The first period, the Jets outscore their opponent 3-0. In the second, they get outscored 2-0. But that's a deceiving stat. They don't have any power. They don't get any power plays, and they give up. There's a lot of bad penalties in this period. The Dylan Sandberg penalty is egregious. They give Dylan Sandberg an offensive interference penalty in the offensive zone for pretty much just happening to skate by JT Compher. I understand what the thought process is on this penalty. I don't agree with the judgment call at all. JT Compher does more to interact with Dylan Sandberg than Dylan Sandberg does to interact with JT Compher. He's just skating past, I'd argue he's skating past him. And Compher draws the call, which is still pretty light. Scott Neal is livid with this call, and under 5 seconds into the power play, Dylan Larkin has it on a tic-tac-toe play to the front of the slot to make it a 3-1 reaction here. What do we feel about that goal? Because I'd argue it shouldn't even have happened.
I would agree, but look at this view.
No, it's a beautiful play. Oh, that's on fucking you, is what Scott Neal says. That's on fucking you. Word for word. Neal is incensed. Bang. Larkin scores. This is, oh, brother, that's such a good goal. And Neal lays into him. He says that, what was the exact quote? That's fucking on you. That's on you. Like, the camera cuts to him and like, he's not on a hot mic, but he's not hiding what he's saying. And they hold on him for a long enough time, and it was nice. It was like watching a baseball broadcast. Baseball broadcasts do this a lot better than the NHL broadcasts, where if people are talking, they focus on people talking, even if it's a little bit disruptive and not really happening, because baseball, sometimes there's a lot of stops, a lot of breaks. I wish they did that a little more in hockey, just because I feel like it's really great to see that character shown on the ice, and especially behind the bench, because it is not boring to see your coach lose his mind over plays. It's very entertaining. Paul Maurice made a killing off that. But yeah, 3-1, Dylan Larkin. And then the Jets, I believe, kill the next penalty, and then the penalty afterwards they get called on. Neal Pionk takes a penalty. There's another penalty in there as well. I'm not a big fan of most of these calls, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember them off heart, but I do remember how I felt about them at the time, and I thought they were pretty light. Alex Debrincat gets a deflection on this. I originally thought Hellebuyck got a piece of it, and it just went past him just on the first watching. But no, he doesn't get any of this. It deflects over Hellebuyck from a shot from kind of not the point, but like a little bit down the wall slightly. It's a good shot, a great deflection. I don't really blame Hellebuyck for that. Hellebuyck's a little deep in his net, but he's a taller goalie, so I understand why he feels the need to stand there. Overall, it's a shot that I think they just kind of have to block, or they have to keep his stick out of the way. But yeah, here's the 3-2 goal reaction here. Oh my. How are we feeling?
Good.
Concerned.
Vibes aren't high anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one. Honestly, I'm not going to hold too much of it against Hellebuck. That being said, the penalty kill did give up 2 goals tonight. If I'm going to be nitpicking, like, it's worth noting, they also were a perfect 9 for 9 on their previous 9 penalty kills. But overall, you know, as an individual game, be better. That's fine. So end of the second period, the Jets are holding on, but they're only up 3-2. What time is it?
Moose Watch!
Moose Watch. So, there's not a lot to say. In the ECHL, Norfolk won to their first game at home, 3-1. The Moose haven't played in a couple days, and like since the last time we updated you guys. Not a lot of news on the prospects to talk about. Really, it's pretty light today. Colby Barlow has started to connect a little bit more with his team. Jaeger looks great. Off topic, but Rutger got his first assist in the AHL in game 8. So Rutger watch which is what Jets fans are doing to see how the other team's prospect did, is not over, but it's a little bit less steam there's a little less steam in the engine. I don't know. There's not a lot to talk about today, honestly. There isn't. I wish there was, but there's not. So yeah, that was Moose Watch. I'm so sorry. It was so short. But speaking of a short amount of time, 10 seconds into the third period, Ben Sherratt scores for your Winnipeg Jets, which is something Ben Sherratt hasn't done in a very long time.
Yes! 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 We'll take it! We'll take it! We'll take it! Let's go, Spence!
Nino.
Niederreiter! 10 seconds into the third! They're gonna have to be careful. How the does this play even happen? One-hander! What?
Nino Niederreiter drives to the net and one-hands this towards the net. It rolls up a leg, hits Ben Sherratt in the shin, and goes directly into the net. And Alex Line just looks at him and goes, God damn it. And I am very happy with that. And honestly, it's something the Jets needed. The Jets needed to establish the third period as a period that they were going to control the pace of. And by scoring a goal that early, it really sets the tone. Now, instead of the Red Wings the Red Wings can't wait for their chances to arise anymore. They have to force them. And that causes mistakes. And that leads us to they start taking penalties. The Jets are only going to be credited with 1 power play goal tonight, but they arguably had 2 because the second power play goal was the result of the player not getting back in the play in time. Like, he got out of the box, he didn't make it back to the play, so it doesn't make any reasonable thing. Nikolai Ehlers gets tripped here. It's a great play to draw a penalty out of, I believe, Justin Holland or Johansson. I think it's Johansson. And on the power play, Neal Pionk with a bullet just beats line clean as a whistle to make it 5-2 reaction here.
Yeah! Woo! Why is Neal Pionk like this? He's so bipolar. I can't with him. He gets a -9 one night, and then for GSAX, did you see that score? Yeah. He gets a -9 in the Leafs game, and then he scores 2 goals tonight.
I went back and forth on this goal. There's too much range, and he sees this the entire way for this to be called a good goal. It's a good shot, but Lyon is not going to like this. Arguably, all 3 goals in the third, Lyon is not going to like, even though the first one isn't really his fault. It's the fault of Ben Sherratt. There's just a lot of messy plays here. The Jets would then get another power play opportunity, and as the penalty would be expiring, Colin Miller would take a blast from the point to beat Lyon clean as a whistle off his glove and in. I think this puck Spencer pointed out to me, I think this puck might have been going wide if he doesn't touch it. Scores make 6-2 reaction here.
Yes! Yes! Let's go!
Not a PP though.
Not a power play goal. Doesn't matter. Colin Miller. It's 6-2, baby.
Not a PPG.
Not a PPG. That's okay. It is a G.
They're all leaving.
They're not. Let's go.
this is a bad goal. This is a bad goal. Like, it is... It's one thing to be bad and you whiff on chances. It's another thing to be bad and you are actively putting the puck in your own net because it was going wide. It's not good. Everyone has an off night, obviously, and I'm not going to judge another team's goalie over that because, you know what, I'm going to be thankful they're making those mistakes because we're capitalizing off them. But overall, the Jets were just... The goalie duel was easily won tonight. And I don't even think Hellebuyck had a crazy good game in net tonight. I think he played good. I don't think he had to make some crazy saves. He made one really good save on Justin Hall with half the net wide open. But other than that, everything was routine for Hellebuyck tonight. He didn't have to go crazy out of his comfort level, and I'm happy that he didn't. Yeah. So the Jets hang on to win 6-2. It was pointed out to me by my friend Spencer that I actually mentioned this to two friends of mine that I think the Jets are due for a 6-2 win tonight. I don't remember saying it, but Spencer remembers me telling Riley and Spencer that. So that's kind of fun. It's nice to be right sometimes. 3 stars of the game. Third star. The third star for the Jets tonight is going to go to... The first 2 spots are easy. We'll first go honorable mention. We'll give it to Mark Scheifele. We'll give Mark Scheifele an honorable mention. I like some of the plays he was creating out there. Third star, Josh Morrissey. And honestly, for the record, it goes honorable mention, third star, second and first star. Second star of the night is going to go to Neal Pionk. He had 2 goals, yes. However, the first star is Kyle Connor because the first period is what drove the Jets to a win, and Kyle Connor had 3 points in the first period. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me in his home state, by the way. Jets win 6-2. They will be back in action in 2 days, I believe. I'm blanking on who they're playing next, but stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video. You guys have been awesome. You've been checking out the videos. Video views are up. A little bit down for the loss, but I understand that. Please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe. We have finally passed 1,900 subscribers. The next goal is the big 2,000. We really appreciate you joining us for that. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down below, share it around, and we will see you next time. Go Jets, go.
One, Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around